Hey guys, we're giving away $5,000 total during the springtime. We've already given away $2,000 out of the $5,000. If you guys want a chance to win, head over to our Instagram account, Most Amazing Official, follow us and look for the contest images for a chance to win. Now, I've been waiting to do this video for quite a while, so I'm very happy today is the day that I finally get to do it. Now, if you've never watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, let me give you a quick summary of what is about to come up. So the story starts when Matt Murdock gets blinded by a radioactive isotope and drops a canister that contains that isotope. Simultaneously, he ends up bumping into a bystander that drops his fishbowl that contains within it 4 baby turtles. The canister and fishbowl both fall down the sewer where they're found by a rat called Splinter. Splinter, the previous pet of an exiled ninja warrior, then becomes the turtles' adoptive father and sensei. The turtles are also named after famous Renaissance artists, so we have Leonardo, Michaelangelo, Rafhael and Donnatello. What is up, you guys? Hope you are having an awesome day. I'm your host Ayman Hassan and welcome back to another video. Let's just get straight into this one. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 scary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theories, and make sure to comment below who your favorite turtle was. Starting us off at number 10 is whitewashing. Apparently even TMNT has racism built into its foundations. Who would have thought? A lot of people probably. Now in the show, April O'Neil is a good friend to the turtles and is actually the first human they get in contact with from the outside world. She becomes a recurring character, helping them out on their missions and so on, and in almost every version she's Caucasian with reddy brown hair, but that's not how she was originally drawn. In the original comics, she looks like she's of African American descent, her skin is darker and she has voluminous curly hair. But that apparently got thrown out the window evidently when the franchise was transferred over to the silver screen, because I'm guessing producers thought a white April would go down better with audiences, which I just found insane, to be honest, but okay. Coming in at number 9 is PTSD, and if you don't know what that stands for, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Now in the 4Kids TMNT animated series, season 4 gets quite dark and worrisome because of Leo. After the turtles almost get killed by the Shredder, Leo becomes a lot more paranoid and angry. The show never explicitly talks about it, but he's actually suffering from a textbook case of PTSD. Think about it, he's always on guard, he becomes a lot more short-tempered, and although we don't know if he gets nightmares or flashbacks, he's still showing all the symptoms. In most kids shows, a hero has to be fine after any traumatic event, but that would not be the case in real life, so honestly props to TMNT for actually showing that Leo wasn't fine and that he had issues that he had to work through. Good on you, realism is key. At number 8, we have the cult leader. Everybody loves Daddy Splinter, but according to Daniel O'Brien and Cody Johnston, we should not like him. They theorize that the Rat Master is actually a cult leader, and honestly the theory is somewhat checking out, you guys. Hear me out before you throw me to the dogs. Firstly, he is the sole source of all their education, their training and philosophy, and he could literally brainwash them if he wanted to, and no one would be able to do anything about it. Cult leaders brainwash their followers into believing they're the wisest person on the planet, and what they believe and say is the only way, and that is what the turtles believe. Splinter also has an armed force of teens just living in the sewers with him, so I mean he has defense as well. Cult leaders usually keep their people isolated so they're not tainted by external influences or get told the truth about real life, which I mean, checks out, my friends. Filling in number 7 slot is Daredevil. Now TMNT has a lot of similarities to Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and as we know, the reason they even mutated is because of the canister that Matt dropped containing the isotope. When Murdock was growing up, he was also exposed to a radioactive isotope, which in turn heightened his senses. Fans are sure that the isotope is the same one in both cases. Furthermore, Daredevil's sensei is called Stick, while the Turtles is called Splinter. Daredevil fights a ninja clan called the Hand, and the Turtles fight a ninja clan called the Foot. Daredevil is also in love with Elektra, who is another ninja that wears the red bandana and uses Sai as her chosen weapon. Who else do we know that wears a red bandana and uses Sai as their weapon? Raphael. Need I say more? No, I don't. Now, number 6 is frustration. According to a blogger that goes by the name I See the Frog, real-life adolescent turtles get extreme reproductive urges during their teenage years. Because of this, they tend to pleasure themselves at an alarmingly high frequency, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles don't even have genitalia, so I mean they have no way of getting rid of that frustration at all. Mix that with the fact they're all jacked and have high testosterone levels, and you get 4 extremely frustrated turtles. Coming in at number 5 is the real motive. Now everyone sees Splinter as the Turtles' father, and he trained them all in ninjutsu so they could blend into the shadows and also defend themselves. But according to the original comics, Splinter had a much darker reason for transforming the 4 into ninja assassins. Splinter's master Hamato Yoshi was murdered along with his lover Tang Shen by the Shredder, aka Orokusaki. The Shredder blamed Yoshi for the death of his brother and therefore killed both of them as revenge. The comics suggest that Splinter trained the boys for the sole purpose of taking out the Shredder when they got older as a sort of revenge quest. Imagine being trained your whole life to satisfy someone else's vendetta. I would be pissed. At number 4 is the rat. So this theory was put forward by Reddit user Kutmatsa_Amak89 and it concerns our beloved Master Splinter. Hypothetically, what if he was just someone's pet rat and ended up escaping? The theory goes on to say he escapes captivity finally and finds refuge in the sewer. Once in there, he forms a sort of weird symbiotic relationship with the turtles. At night, when they go out to find food and fight the Foot Clan, really they're just encountering people's feet because obviously people walk around in New York City. In a plot twist turn of events, Shredder is Splinter's original owner and he is causing all this havoc because he just wants his pet rat back. So really, the whole franchise is just about this rat who escaped and all the consequences following that, which I find very funny actually. Filling at number 3 slot is the Dark episode. I don't know why we haven't done a lost episode video on TMNT because they actually have quite a few, but the one in question was titled Insane in the Membrane. Back in 2003, there was a legitimate episode that was fully completed but never aired in the US because it was deemed too dark. In the episode, Dr. Stockman tries to create a new human body since his was destroyed and he's sort of just a floating brain now. Either way, he successfully does it, but the body he makes starts deteriorating and so does his brain. The episode gets pretty gruesome and Frankenstein-esque, which is why Fox thought it was too disturbing for the audience, but I mean, it's still aired in the UK, so I mean, you can still watch it if you want, but I mean, ooh, a bit saucy, isn't it? Now, at number 2 are the killers. You'd think that because the guys are ninjas, they would have killed quite a few people, like body count should be quite high, but it isn't. In the 1987 animated series, they're a lot more fun-loving and peaceful compared to previous adaptations to, you know, keep it more PG and kid-friendly as you do. But if you look at the original comics, the Turtles have actually killed a lot of damn people. They killed a ton of foot soldier ninjas, and even in the TMNT animated shows later on, they kinda killed Shredder multiple times. In the Nickelodeon version, they actually did end up killing him. So despite being fun, pizza-loving dudes, they're actually a lot darker than they seem. They have no trouble taking lives, that's all I'ma say. That's all I'ma say. And finally, at number 1 is Raphael. Personally, I low-key like the fact that he's a bit of a bad boy. I know that's a toxic trait of mine, but I just like it. Everyone describes him as a hothead and everyone assumes he's just angry all the time, but obviously something deeper has got to be fueling that anger. According to Reddit user Menace64, Raphael is ashamed of being a mutated turtle. He goes out to see a movie in a subpar disguise and then gets into a fight wherein Casey Jones calls him a freak, sending Raph over the edge, and I mean, fair enough, you can't just go around calling people a freak. According to this theory, Raphael is just so sad about being a turtle that it fuels his outbursts so violently. He's desperate for a human life, but he's continuously reminded of his mutation, which inspires a lot of self-loathing. And not only that, he's also abused emotionally. His brothers mock him all the time for being different and for the fact he likes April. Leonardo hates on him for wanting to leave the shadows as well. The theory suggested looking at the movie from the lens of Raphael being trans, being stuck in a turtle body when he in fact feels human, and then it becomes a much sadder story. And that is it for today's video, guys. I actually loved this show growing up. Like, I quite enjoyed the Turtles, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. As always, I'm your host, Ayman Hassan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. We're soaring. Boo doo. Do 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 do. Sorry, got into it there.